The search, accumulation, the incessant gathering of information, the gluttonous hoarding of horrors and elation, the waiting, the prayers, the fruitless expectations of reason, the visions, impregnated with divisive delusions, the treasonous road of virtue, hell-bent to send the mind astray from the soul, the physical world, the body, the manipulation, the endurance of pain, piercing, fasting, yoga, the sexual stimulation, sordid mounds of alchemical symbols, mathematical equations, colors and textures, shapes and sizes converging rapacious all in around us, yet far too common as to amaze us. So lull the beast that has become us, and watch the wrath come to undo us. Without revolt, not one among us. And is this not a humongous sin? To let trespass in pre-dawn hours, nightmares within, of ne'er fulfilling response to question, and leave too much to answer of him, and her, and you, before the end. So caught the cat in tongue conundrum. A stalemate silence, a stillness affliction, opposing factions of misdirection, heads determined for insurrection, yet preoccupied with stiff erections and panting pockets of invitation. No, we want to change the status quo, release from bondage the discontent. But selfless acts hold no reward, and greed takes aim with a blood-stained soul. A slave's wages for a savior's work. So time must pass as lust gains worth. As pills are popped and surgeons slice, the paychecks dwindle on out of sight, the poor of soul so rich with sex. In simple pleasure do they infect the minds of young who can't protect themselves from envy of big breasts. And males the same do grow insane, with girth and length in dream to gain. The balding wimp has no appeal, so hit the gym, the mass, with zeal. Our precious time is spent lifting the weight of inadequacy off our shoulders. The civil wars of fame and beauty seem to be our only duty. No more the noble do we pursue. So foolish we monkeys in our metropolitan zoos who groom all day but still stink of shit. Our urban dwellers in fancy clothes breathe in pollution through every nose. They know not how to roam the plains, to feed off land to grow their grains. The heartland folk, the farmer's daughter, all participate with the slaughter. Soon, no longer to be a livestock, the creatures bred to get cold clocked and chopped and shipped and cooked and chewed, to be swallowed down without a clue on just whose blood the hands, on just who the true butcher be. The fish, fowl, cow, and frozen assembly. Shopping carts don't have hearts, and price tags conveniently absolve the shame of affluent families who pass the buck to cashiers who shed no tears when peddling flesh. We sloth-like creatures no longer hunt. We cut coupons and prepare boxed lunch. We hunch over computers and talk on phones. We drive our cars and listen to the Stones or Bach or Jay-Z and iPod Shuffle. We're lazy boys and girls, pretending to be adults, pretending that we're entitled to some respect because we've been through some things and understand loss too well. Well, whoop-de-fucking-do. The same for me, the same for you. We all know pain, we all know strife, we all know what it's like to go through life, so spare the speech, give up the preach, and stop digging for oil on somebody else's beach. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom is a commodity traded in the market of American propaganda. The monopolization of a fictitious product. The democratic ideal has fallen victim to pride, and through caricature emboldens the other side, who ironically have their point and pointless views. For we all know it is the victor who will eventually choose which history will be told, which story will unfold, which papers will be sold to the highest bidder, and it leaves a bitter taste in the mouth as we ingest lie after lie after lie and keep telling ourselves, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Jesus told me to do it. What's a few 100,000 broken skulls and tortured and photographed Muslims got to do with it? That my baby needs a new pair of shoes and Range Rovers don't run on diplomacy. And my designer jeans will make themselves. And if you think I'm going to risk chipping a nail doing hard labor, you're like out of your mind, honey. I'm sure some people welcome the opportunity to work long hours for half a bowl of rice. And ooh-wee, is that Gucci? Shit, I want that. Who cares if it's fenced? Who cares if someone had to spend their innocence and some sense of fairness at gunpoint? That jacket's going for $60 on eBay, and I'll be damned if I'm going to pass that up. As long as I thank God at the Oscar, Grammy, Golden Globe podium after the football, baseball, basketball, hockey game, after the NASCAR race, after caber tossing, curling, alligator wrestling, log rolling, and competitive dance, after every conceivable, ridiculous accolade I can acquire, I'll be fine. After all, that's what God does, right? He, she, it, question mark, spends their time making sure I win prizes and ostentatious awards, that I get more than my fair share of celebrity. And hookers and diamonds and illegitimate children. Where's the truth? What is the goal? Where are we going? Can we begin to agree on anything? Can we put down our guns long enough to find out what peace really sounds like? Are we strong enough to admit a modicum of fault at all? Can we possibly see why some people might hate us? Can we repair the damage we've done to ourselves so that the world may once again look at us with fresh eyes? Or maybe we've just come through our midlife crisis as a country and acted out a little with our fast cars and even faster guys and dolls. Showboated around a little too much our extremely itchy trigger fingers. Reached the pinnacle of our childish ways, and that it's now time to put the cowboy hats and the holsters aside and start behaving with a bit more couth. Maybe Wednesday is a brighter day. Maybe the sun will come out tomorrow. Maybe Washington has gotten it right this time. Maybe we'll be just fine. Then again,